I'm Dominic D reporting for Kids First, and today I'm so excited to be speaking with Sjoberg and Seanne Winslow, co-directors of the new film The Falconer, which is available now on VOD. Sjoberg is a multi-talented filmmaker and director with a passion for telling stories that bridge the gap between popular culture and pressing global issues. His work has taken him to over 50 countries, and he is known for Shake the Dust, I Am Sun Mu, and now The Falconer. Seanne Winslow is a writer, director, and producer who loves working on projects which bring people together. Ms. Winslow has inspired global audiences with her films and is known for the Lego Movie, I Am Sun Mu, and now The Falconer. Thank you, Mr. Sjoberg and Ms. Winslow, for joining me today on the show.
Thanks
so much for having us.
I'm thrilled to find out more about your film, and let's dive right in. Mr. Sjoberg, The Falconer was filmed entirely in a small village in the Middle Eastern part of the world, within the country of Oman. Can you share with us what it was like to work there?
Well, we were really honored to be able to work with the people of Oman to make this movie, and it was such an amazing experience to set the film there. Both Seanne and I have traveled a lot in the region, and we really wanted this film to be a love song to that part of the world. That being said, the original story that was discovered in Yemen, which is next door, but since we couldn't film there, we tried to make it really true to the country and the culture of Oman. So we got to know people in the village that we filmed in. One of the people we got to know there was a shepherd who had a ton of goats, and his goats were extras in our movie, and he was actually an extra in our movie, and he really helped us feel welcome in the town and the little village that we filmed in. And he also helped introduce us to a lot of people who could help make sure that we told this story in a way that was honoring to the people that lived in that village. So it was a really amazing experience.
Wow, that's awesome. It must be beautiful there.
It really is.
Mr. Sjoberg, what were some of the challenges you faced while filming in the Middle East?
Oh, wow. Well, there were many. We had a lot of animals on our set, and that's always an adventure. And also, we were working in very many languages. So our film is mostly in English, but part of it is in Arabic. And some of our actors spoke Arabic and some of them didn't. So they had to learn Arabic or learn their lines in Arabic. But also many of our crew spoke mostly Arabic or other languages from around South Asia. So it was a little bit like playing telephone whenever we needed to get something done. So the language was an issue. And it was also very hot. So we had to get used to filming in extreme heat.
Well, I can see why that could be challenging. Miss Winslow, we see so much local culture throughout this film, and I'm curious, how many of the people we've seen throughout this film are native to the village where it takes place?
That's a great question. You know, for us, really, one of the things that was important in telling this story is that we wouldn't go to Oman and tell a story about a place that we're not from, but that we would really tell a story from this place. And so all of those village women that you see, for instance, at the wedding are all from that village and neighboring villages. They're actually the aunties that plan weddings in that area. And then everyone's within a 50-mile radius of that village. Our lead actress is from Muscat, which is the capital of Oman, as is Khamis, who plays the dad. The two actors that we brought from outside the region are Kai, who's the privileged Westerner and kind of our vantage point on the story, and then Tarek, who is actually from Lebanon, and we have a line in the script saying he's trying to speak Omani Arabic, because it's a little bit different, and we're like, your mom's not, you probably you have some parents that aren't from here, and he's like, yeah, my mom died, she's from Lebanon. But they're the two actors that aren't local.
Oh, well, I thought the culture was out of this world, and the film was awesome connecting us to it.
Thank you.
Miss Winslow, the film captures such scenic landscapes. And within the country of Oman, how did you choose the locations for this film?
Oh, wow. You know, we scouted 5 different countries in trying to figure out where to tell this story. And we ended up in Oman because our co-producer, Dana Balou, who's actually Lebanese, was like, you guys have to go to Oman. It's a lot like Yemen. And we were looking for a place that was a lot like the place, or like just on a visual level, like the place that the story was originally from. And so when we arrived in Oman, we went to all these different villages and all these different places. And this particular village, Adam and I both got there and we kind of looked at each other and we're like, oh man, this feels like coming home. And so that was why we decided to shoot there, is it felt like this was the home for this story.
I thought the landscapes were really majestic.
Thanks. Yeah, it's so crazy, right? Like it's like
Yeah.
this really cool like sky, like just sky and ocean. And like we didn't
Yeah.
originally think that there was going to be a boat ride in it, but that was like something we discovered when we got to Oman. We thought it was all going to be car stuff, but then we got to Oman and we're like, oh my gosh, we have to use the boats. And we made friends with the fishermen and we're like, we need them to be in our movie. So it was really cool.
That's really cool. Mr. Sjoberg, the Falconer is based on true events. Did the real-life people, Tarek and Kai, whose story is told here, help in any way during the filming of the movie?
That's a really great question. The main characters that this story was based on absolutely were very crucial in telling this story. The movie is based on their real life events, but we certainly, as storytellers and filmmakers, made certain changes. But they really helped us keep it true to the spirit of their story. The real life Kai and Tarek are best friends to this day, and they hadn't seen each other for 8 years because of a war that had separated them both. So one of the most amazing things was that they were able to see each other again for the first time on our set, which was really awesome. And the real life Kai has gone on to become an animal conservationist. So he was on our set, not only helping as our animal wrangler, but making sure that we were doing things as ethically as we possibly could with the animals that we had on our set. So he was really crucial in that way. And then the real life Tarek just helped us keep true to the culture that he's from and keep to the spirit of the story, since we were telling a story about his family.
Wow.
So,
well, I'm sure having... Oh,
I was just going to say, so the real life Kai has gone on to train 86 falcons. So it's like
really?
totally the thing that he does. He currently has a bunch of falcons. He like lives in Italy right now, and he has like 3 or 4 falcons. Adam just visited him that he's like in the middle of training. So like having him on set and like having him work with the falcon and teach us how to work with the falcon was so cool.
Wow. Well, I'm sure having them on set made it so much more authentic.
Yeah.
It really did.
Mr. Sjoberg, the Falconer had an incredible film festival run and received many awards. What was it like to receive so much recognition?
Yeah, we've been really lucky to have the film play at a lot of really great festivals, and fortunate to see it really connect with audiences and juries alike. Yeah, I mean, whenever you work on a film, it's a labor of love, and it took many years to get this film made. It took fighting, an uphill battle to get it made. And of course, with the pandemic, everything became a little bit harder. So it was really satisfying and gratifying to be able to win the awards that we won. But most importantly, just to be able to have the film play at festivals in front of audiences who got to see it on a big screen and got to connect with the themes that are in the story. We live in a really challenging time, so it's really nice to be able to have a story that's about connection and about healing.
Wow, well, though that film, The Falconer, deserved so many trophies, deserved every single last one that it got.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. That's so kind.
Miss Winslow, what made the unique bond between Tarek and Kai worth sharing with the world?
Oh man, I grew up a lot like Kai did, in a lot of different places. I grew up in Germany and England and spent time in the Middle East, and Adam's traveled a lot. And one of the things that we realize again and again is some of our best friends are people that can't travel like we do, who don't have passports that can get them through every border. And that sometimes has caused real tensions in our friendships. And I think for us, telling a story about how no matter how different your culture is or where you come from or what you can and cannot do based on like what the world tells you, friendship still matters, and it reaches across borders, and we're all so human down underneath, right? And so for us, telling that story of real friendship that like crosses boundaries and borders and cultures and economic differences, like where one of them is poor, one of them's rich. That was so important to us because we really feel like we need more friendships like kind hearts in our world right now, and those are the kind of friends we want to be, and it's how a lot of our friends are in the world, and so we just felt like we needed to share that.
Well, we're thrilled that their story was able to be shared.
Thank you so much,
Mr.
Dominic.
Sjoberg.
This is so cool. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you so much, Mr. Sjoberg and Miss Winslow, for talking with me today. The Falconer will be viewed on most streaming platforms now. I'm Dominic D, reporting for Kids First. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel to see more reviews and interviews from me and my amazing teammates. Catch you next time!